This is the Fehmarnbelt, a vital trade link between Scandinavia and mainland Europe. For decades, it has been a costly, time-consuming bottleneck, slowing an entire continent's economy. The dream, a high-speed rail and motorway link, cutting the crossing from 45 minutes to just 7.
The first, most obvious solution to cross a strait of water is to go over it.
Engineers first designed a magnificent bridge, a record-breaking structure to conquer the sea.
But the seabed itself held a fatal flaw. The ground is too soft and unstable to support the immense bridge towers.
A bridge this large here would be a disaster waiting to happen. The first solution was impossible. So if you can't go over, you go under. The second solution, a traditional bored tunnel. A plan was drawn up to use two of the largest TBMs ever built to drill beneath the waves.
But again, the geology fought back. The soft clay is littered with massive, unpredictable boulders.
For a TBM, this is a nightmare. A single hard boulder can destroy the cutting head, trapping the machine forever.
Two plans, billions of dollars in development, both defeated by the geology before a single piece of steel was laid.
The crossing seemed impossible, a puzzle with no solution.
So, if you can't go over it, and you can't go through it, how do you cross?
This is the solution. A factory in Denmark, the largest of its kind in the world. A factory that doesn't build cars, but builds a tunnel, piece by massive piece. Each piece is a skyscraper on its side, a hollow concrete leviathan. The plan is as audacious as it is simple. Build the tunnel on land, float it, and sink it to the bottom of the sea.
This has never been attempted on this scale. It is the largest immersed tunnel project in human history.
And its construction requires a level of manufacturing that is almost unbelievable. But before the factory can build, the seabed itself must be prepared. A trench, 18 kilometers long, must be carved into the sea floor with pinpoint accuracy. A task requiring the world's most advanced dredging vessels and the most skilled crews. The heart of the project is here, a factory that, for a few years, is one of the most advanced manufacturing sites on Earth. The factory will produce 89 colossal sections, each a self-contained piece of the final tunnel. The process begins with the steel skeleton, a complex web of thousands of tons of reinforced steel, thousands of joints welded with robotic precision, ensuring the strength to withstand the pressure of the sea.
This rebar cage provides the tensile strength, preventing the concrete from cracking under immense pressure.
Once the skeleton is complete, a precisely engineered mold, known as the formwork, is locked into place. And then begins the most intense phase of the entire process, the pour. For 72 continuous hours, the concrete flows non-stop. A single pause could compromise the entire section.
This isn't ordinary concrete. It's a special mix designed to resist salt water and minimize heat during curing.
If the concrete gets too hot, it will crack from the inside out. The entire section would have to be destroyed. After weeks of curing, the mold is removed, revealing a perfect, monolithic piece of the puzzle. But the manufacturing is not just about the outer shell, it's about the world inside. Each section contains 4 separate passageways, 2 for cars and 2 for a high-speed electric railway. A 5th corridor runs beneath for maintenance and as a critical escape route. Once cured, the outfitting begins, turning the raw structure into a functioning piece of infrastructure.
Think of this not as a tunnel piece, but as a 217-meter-long skyscraper, built lying on its side.
Every millimeter is checked, every surface is scanned. A single flaw could lead to catastrophic failure. The most critical component, a massive rubber gasket designed to create a perfect waterproof seal. Finally, the ends are sealed with 2 massive, watertight steel walls, known as bulkheads.
With the bulkheads in place, this 73,000-ton block of concrete is about to become a boat.
A finished section, one of 89, a skyscraper ready to set sail. This entire process, from rebar to sealed section, must be repeated 89 times. A non-stop industrial ballet operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for over 3 years. But not all sections are the same. 10 special sections are built with a lower level to house the brain of the tunnel safely below the traffic.
In total, this factory will use enough steel to build 50 Eiffel Towers and enough concrete for 60 skyscrapers.
Meanwhile, out at sea, the largest dredging operation in the world prepares the tunnel's new home. Enough sand, clay and rock will be removed to build a new island, which is exactly what they are doing. The dredged material is being used to create hundreds of hectares of new land for nature and recreation. The trench is not just a ditch. A perfectly level gravel foundation must be laid to support the immense weight. This is done by massive GPS-guided robotic screeds working 40 meters below the surface. The seabed is prepared. The factory has delivered. The most dangerous part of the project is about to begin.
Now they have to transport and sink these 73,000-ton structures in the open sea. There is no room for error.
The entire operation depends on a perfect forecast, a window of calm seas and low winds. With the weather window confirmed, the order is given. The first section is ready to sail. The next phase begins with a flood. The dry dock that served as the factory floor is now reconnected to the sea. Sealed and watertight, the impossible happens. The concrete Leviathan floats. A fleet of specialized tugboats now takes control, ready to guide the massive structure on its first and only voyage. The connection is made. The journey is about to begin. The most delicate and dangerous part of the entire project has now begun. A bizarre and awe-inspiring sight, a piece of a superhighway sailing on the open ocean. The entire operation is coordinated with pinpoint, satellite precision.
Towing a 73,000-ton object is an immense challenge. A sudden storm could be catastrophic.
After hours of careful maneuvering, the section is locked in its final position, ready for its descent. The moment of truth arrives. There is no turning back now. The descent begins. Ballast tanks within the tunnel walls are slowly filled with thousands of tons of seawater, weighing it down and allowing it to sink with perfect control to the seabed 40 meters below. A journey to its final resting place at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. The final approach is guided by a combination of acoustics, robotics, and highly skilled remote operators. Touchdown. The first section is now resting in its permanent home, but one piece is not a tunnel. Now the process must be repeated. A second section is sunk, ready to be joined with the first. But now comes the most ingenious part of the entire process. How do you connect two skyscrapers at the bottom of the sea? The answer: brute force, controlled with surgical precision. Massive hydraulic jacks pull the 73,000-ton block forward.
The key is this Gina gasket. As the two sections are pulled together, the immense pressure creates a perfect waterproof seal.
As the two sections are pulled together, the immense force compresses the gasket, creating a preliminary waterproof seal. The water in the small gap between the two steel bulkheads is then completely pumped out. The pressure of the sea itself then takes over, forcing the two sections together into a permanent, unbreakable bond. With the seal secure, the internal steel walls are removed, connecting one piece of the puzzle to the next. And for the first time, two sections become one. And this incredible process will be repeated 88 more times, piece by piece, kilometer by kilometer. The process is heavily automated, but still relies on highly specialized saturation divers, the only humans who can work at this depth. Living for 28 days at a time in a high-pressure environment, they perform the critical tasks that robots cannot. Until finally, after years of relentless work, the last piece of the colossal underwater jigsaw puzzle is ready. The closing of the Fehmarnbelt, ready to unite two nations. For the first time, a single continuous tube now lies on the seabed. But the work is not over. The tunnel must now be buried, protected from dropped anchors and the sea itself. Returning the seabed to nature with the new artery of Europe hidden safely beneath. The final major step is to pump out the millions of gallons of seawater from the entire 18-kilometer length. And for the first time, light appears at the end of the tunnel. The final outfitting now begins, transforming the concrete tube into a state-of-the-art motorway and railway, a sophisticated digital brain that will monitor every inch of the tunnel, 24 hours a day. After more than a decade of construction, the most advanced immersed tunnel in the world is complete.
The construction is complete. The heaviest, most complex, and most expensive immersed tunnel ever built is now ready.
In a ceremony celebrating a decade of engineering, the Fehmarnbelt fixed link is finally opened. A journey that once took 45 minutes by ferry now takes just 10 minutes by car and only 7 minutes by high-speed train.
To see the mega projects that unite our world, subscribe to NEXTGEN Manufacturing and hit the bell to see what we build next.